Okay guys, yesterday Miss Franklin went over the value of the different coins with you. And today I want to kind of talk to you about some strategies on how to add groups of coins and groups of money. In third grade we do look at the $100 bill, $50 bill, 20, 10, 5, and 1. Usually third graders are pretty good at adding those up, but sometimes we still have trouble when we're adding groups of coins up. So what I suggest with you guys at home is that see if mom and dad have some change and they'll make you some different grouping amounts that you can add up. However, usually on, or not usually, always on the STAR test, if we have a money question on the STAR test, they do put the coins in value order. So they go from the most value to the smaller value, so that may be helpful for you when we get to working on some STAR formatted questions. So today I did put these coins in value order from the largest down to the smallest, and they don't usually give us a 50-cent piece. I've never seen that on the STAR test. They could, but we still need to know how to do that. So I know Ms. Franklin taught you about that yesterday. All right, so some of the things that I suggest, what I always try to do if I have a handful of coins, or if you're working on coins in real life, because knowing how to count money is really important in real life. So one of the things I would do if I had a real handful of coins is I would sort or count my big value coins or bills first. So if somebody just gave me a pile of money, I would get my bills sorted out from largest to smallest. Then I would find my coins and sort them out. And I've already done that today. This was just a grouping of money I had. And so I sorted out my quarters, dimes, I put my nickels together, and I put my pennies together. That's the first thing I usually do. The next thing I always look for is I look to see if there's anything that already adds up to $1. For instance, 4 quarters makes $1, so I always look to see if they gave me 4 quarters. If they give me 4 quarters, I always put them in groups. This grouping doesn't have 4 quarters. And this one, I don't have just one coin that equals up to $1, but that is something I look for. I always look for that. The next thing I do, or one of the strategies, this may not be the strategy you use, but some of you may want to list each coin value and then stack them up and add them. So I'll give you an example of that. That might be a strategy that you want to use. So if I were doing this group of coins, I would say 25 and 25 is 50. And we do a little cheer when we're doing quarters. 25, 50, 75, $1. If you like quarters, stand up and holler. So that may help you to remember quarters. But here we just have 50 cents worth. I'm going to put a little decimal there because that decimal separates our dollars over here from our change or our coins over here. Okay, then I'm going to count these by tens. I know they're worth 10, so I'm going to use my skill of counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. Could add that up here. Then these are worth 5, 5, 10, 10 more cents. Now this is just a strategy. This may not be a strategy you like. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to put 0, 4, because I don't have any tens for that one. And then you could add these. And as we've talked about column addition, or when we talk about column addition, that's a skill. This is a place where you could use column addition. So all these zeros plus 4 give me 4. And then, oh, I see a 4 and a 1 here gives me a 5. And I know that 5 plus 5 is 10, and I'm going to bring Mr. Decimal straight down. So this group of coins would be worth $1, 4 cents. But you could have any amount of coins. You know, you could have any mixture of coins that you might have to add up. Another thing that I always tell my kiddos, sometimes they might give you a problem where they tell you what coins. They might say, Bill had 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 1 nickel. Well, if they told me that, you might need to draw them. So for one like that, where a problem where they just gave us a word problem and told us what coins, if they said he had 3 quarters, I might just do this. I'm not going to try to draw that president's face, because I can't do that. But you could do something like this. And I don't know what I said. I think I said 2 dimes. So I would put the amount on each one. And they might have given him 3 nickels. So there might be a time when you need to actually draw the coins. That's another strategy you could use. Then there's one last strategy that I'm not supposed to show you guys. But if you are really having trouble counting coins, this is another strategy that you can use. Let's go back to the one I have here. I tell my kids they could draw hairs. What? Draw hairs? All right, well, if we draw hairs on these coins, we have to know that every hair we draw is worth 5 cents. Okay, so if I were going to do quarters, he would get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This one would get the same, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These dimes are worth 10, so we go 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. These only get 1 hair, and these don't get hairs. We just put 1 cent by them and get those at the end. So this is just another strategy until you get good at counting coins you might use. Then I could go back and count by 5s because we're all good at that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, $1, and then I would say $1, $1, $2, $3, $4. So if you want to use, we need to outgrow this hair strategy, but I always do show kids that if you're really having trouble with money, you put a hair for each 5 that the coin is worth. So 25 here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 here, 5, 10 here. He just gets 1 hair. Now, some of you are already good at counting money and you know your values, so you just count up. You just count up as you go. So if you are already good at counting money, you might go, okay, that's 50. I'm going to count up. That would be 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, $1, $1, $2, $3, $4. So those are some different strategies you might use. If you're not good at counting money, though, it is something you need to be working on with your parents at home. Now, remember when you write an amount of money, don't forget Mr. Decimal. So when we write money, we put the dollars on the left. So let's say I had $7.26. This decimal separates our cents or our change from our dollars. This is a dollar sign. If you're just putting cents, then you still need to put the decimal, and that means 37 cents. There's also a cent sign that looks like that. Just some things you need to know about money. Hopefully this was a review from 2nd grade, but I encourage you to get with your parents and get them to give you some groupings of money and count money, especially the change. All right, go count some money.